One. Greetings, greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What am I? Assalamu alaikum. Wake up to the World Media Coalition's Jazz Lovers Television Network broadcast, Thursday broadcast of I Found My Voice with the radiant, the powerful Van Miller. This is Ahmad Mansour Ali El Bey. I'm here with the I Found My Voice crew, Maka Kubal Ali El Bey. I said my art is in the building in observer's capacity. Chaplain James Mercy, Van Miller is in the house. Maka Kubal, how are you doing?
I'm excellent. Udumaka, you are doing the chair. Again, I want to welcome all our guests. We have, as you said, Chaplain James out of Lagos, Nigeria. We have the illustrious Sunshine Blue Skies with Van Miller and our syndicated host, Comic Dynasty, coming out of, I believe it's Indianapolis. She moves around a lot, so you can never tell if she's in the States.
I know, she travels more, I'm telling you.
Joy Allen with Comic Dynasty. This is a syndicated broadcast on Zoom with the World Media Coalition, Jazz Lovers Television Network. And we also have our brother from out of
Ukraine,
Eastern Europe.
Wow.
Zulu King Fritzen. Welcome all of you and our guests, Miss Qarlah, Prince. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Beautiful. She is beautiful. So welcome to the Van Miller Talk Show. I Found My Voice, a place where we have an unscripted space that we can speak in. Free to do and say what it is and talk about what it is that we would like to talk about, uninterrupted. You will not be bleeped out here, and where everybody is a guest. And we just thank you for another Thursday, 12 o'clock noon here in the United States. The times around the world, we ask that each one of you all just, take the opportunity to just jump in where you feel that you fit in, and let's get this show on the road.
All right.
Right on. We also have Miss Sharon Vasquez out of New York, Brooklyn.
Yes.
So we want to welcome you all and thank you all for coming into our broadcast, our production. The World Media Coalition Jazz Lovers Television Network has completed its first year of operation. It's a year old, although my experiences in television broadcasting with businesses of color and communities of color spans over 2 decades. And I just want to say that with the advent of Zoom and the Corona running around the world, it has given us an opportunity to connect with the world and to be able to interact with people like the Chaplain James Mercy in Lagos, Nigeria.
Yes.
We have people from India have come into our production. We have some regular people who are more than just voices in the room. They bring us news, business, and arts and culture and entertainment from their particular locations as well. So Van, I want to introduce you to Miss Qarlah Prince, whom I met with the Harlem Globetrotters at an event with Bobby Hunter several weeks ago. And I finally got her on the show. She and I were at Lugas's house. What was that, Wednesday, Qarlah, or was that Tuesday?
Yeah, a couple of days ago, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of days ago. Time moves so fast, you forgot what day, we forget what day it is. But let me, Ahmad, I'm gonna send you the brief video from Tuesday that I took. And Van, take it away.
All right, Dr. Prince, welcome to the show. And we'd like for you to speak to our audience and tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do, and how you affect what is going on in the world that we're living in right now.
Okay, well, first, thank you so much for having me today. I do appreciate that. Congratulations on the 1-year celebration and many more to come. So I appreciate that. Anything that helps people and helps communities live better and do better. So I'm 100% for that. I am Dr. Qarlah Prince. I'm a doctor of divinity. I teach Greek and Hebrew, and I've been doing so for probably about 20 years. My organization is Roots of the Heart, and it is an organization that assists in the reacclimating of young men who have been incarcerated and they need to get reacclimated to society. We are using our organization and our program to assist in this upcoming Juneteenth, that I'm a part of that organization. Also is, I'm going to say, the overseer with Mr. Lou Gossett Jr. And we'll be hosting the Juneteenth from Savannah to Atlanta for next year. And it is going to be a phenomenal event, celebrating our freedoms for real and how to go about living, not just existing. So I'm really excited about that. The other companies that I run are many, but the main one is the Georgia Citadel, where we have a development company and we build residential and assist with repairs and things of that nature. But we do it on a kind of like a different level. We are utilizing our ancestral way of ownership and true ownership, not what we've been bought into with a mortgage that is still renting, because you miss it times and see what happens. You know what I mean? So we're training, teaching others how to live and not just exist, and really be interactive with your families. My heart has been for men for some time now. I am a survivor of rape and various abuse. And because of that, I believe I've been appointed and directed to assist men in healing, because hurting people hurt people. So that's one of my heartbeats, is really helping. And when you say contributing to this world and society, we really have to get back to foundational principles. And I believe we have to just help men take their rightful place again, unapologetically. This is who I am, this is what I'm offering, this is what I stand for, covering the home, covering families, and running businesses, and nothing against women. Obviously, I'm a business owner, of several businesses, organizations, and things of that nature, but I do respect my role. I'm not trying to I don't want to be a man. I don't want that responsibility, but God has mandated me to kind of set the stage and a foundation, as it were, to help these men take your rightful place, knowing who you are, being proud of who you are. And no, you're not like someone else. You're unique and special in your own right. And so being able to assist in that, it brings me the greatest joy. My production company is Mr. Wonderful Productions. And I wrote my books, and I'm also an author, 15 books, 3 bestsellers. And my trilogy is optioned now for film. So in saying that, it's all under Mr. Wonderful, because even though I experienced so much abuse and just difficulties, through life, I'm still here, and there's purpose. And the men specifically that may have wronged me, hurt me, misunderstood me, violated me, they too were hurting. And so there's a place that I like to teach on forgiveness. And it's not just in this area, but you can't heal what you can't feel. And we can't heal a nation. We can't heal a neighborhood or even a home until you really understand the foundational principles of what's going on or has taken place. And that's where I believe we need to take our time. We need to reassess some things instead of pointing fingers, so we can really get to the bottom of it and strengthen our nation one home at a time.
Well, Ms. Prince, I got to say this to you, because you know, you stepped into Van Miller's domain right now when you said you can't heal what you can't feel. She's the only one that gives us these axioms in quotes. So I got to put you in the category with her with that one. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I think too, I agree totally with what it is that you're saying, because society has made it its business to get our young men into the system. By the time they're 15, 16 years old, they're already in the system. And so they're just move along until they're into that prison system, until they cannot figure out how to get out.
Yes, yes. And it's really difficult. I had my 2 sons who was incarcerated, and at the same time, one, they wanted to give him life in prison. The other, they offered 18 years and thought that was a deal. And I said, oh no, not so. It's not going to happen. And, you know, and I would share with them while they were in prison. I said, you are not in prison. You are in a university. You're in school. Learn, pick up anything you can, read, do what you need to do, but you are time we talk, or through letters or phone, come up with a plan. Let's talk about your plan. What are you going to do when you graduate? What are you going to do? And from that time to this one, they end up doing, both of them, a little over 3.5 years instead of the life for being where he wasn't supposed to be. And instead of 18 years for getting in a car with so-called friends, and then they group situation. You were gonna really ruin and take the lives of my 2 sons for doing nothing. So this system, it's corrupt itself. And I've always said that it's not designed for us.
Yeah. And I think too, a lot of times now we say, I feel that prison is a state of mind. We can be in a prison with imaginary walls. Absolutely. And not be incarcerated. And we have to understand that that is what the system is wanting us to do. And that is our only alternative, is prison life or freedom. Those are no options. Those are no options for them. You know, they get up, and we as parents, we've done our best with our children, and the system takes away our rights as parents.
Yes.
To keep us from parenting.
Well, once they're released, and this is where we come in with our program, is once they're released, and firsthand, I witnessed this. And as a mother, it was just heartbreaking. And they're saying, Mom, they won't give us a job. Mom, they won't do that. How can we start over? I can't even get a cell phone. I can't, and they won't. Well, how do you expect for them to be free? They're still incarcerated, even though, how? And then you've got it to where they can't travel. You can't work. There's work in other states. They can't do that. All of these restrictions, once they've been released, but no programs, nothing to help reacclimate, nothing to help reproclaim any type of freedom, nothing. And I'm going, well, what do they do? And I would tell them when they were out, I says, one day at a time. One day at a time. Let's conquer this day, and we're prepared for the next. One day at a time. He said, Mom, I'm so tired of waiting one day at a time, doing everything I'm supposed to do. And basically what they were trying to do is drive them to the street, drive them to a hustle, drive them to something that we call survival. You know, that's by any means necessary. Yes, and they'll come right back and get them and put them right back in the system. It's a setup. You have to eat. You need shelter, but you're not allowing me or affording me any opportunities to go and get it. I mean, and these are boys, and I'm speaking from a real life situation here, that from when they were 18 was earning over $20 an hour. They're willing to take 15 because I've taught them, do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do, but do something. So lazy wasn't an option. They're trying and they're going, no one is letting us. No one's allowing us to do anything. So for me, same thing that I taught them, the best job security is the one you create for yourself. What do you want to do? Then they start looking into printing shirts and different things like that. Let's jump on that. Don't wait for somebody to give you an open door. Open your own door.
That's right. Kick it in. Kick it in.
It's a good thing these are being recorded because you keep dropping these words of wisdom. Do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do. So, you know, and we appreciate that because, you know, there are people here on this call, even my man from out of Lugansk People's Republic, which was formerly part of the Soviet Union. They experienced all types of oppression right there in their own country from forces from outside their country. So it's not something that is restricted to just our skin color. It's restricted to what is in our hearts and the truth that is in our hearts, where we want to embrace our humanity without it being impeded.
Yes.
And you know, the funny part about it, Mrs. Prince was, well, Makakuvu, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? I said, well,
come on that show.
Unscripted, unrehearsed, one take, just come on in and talk from your heart. And she's been doing real good.
Yes, she has.
I agree.
I was terrified because I said, I don't understand. What do you mean? You don't have pre-questions for me? Nothing that I can, like, you know, mull over anything? He's like, no. I said, well, I guess I'll do my best. He said, you'll be fine. And I'm going, okay.
Yeah, so you said everything you needed to say. See, unrehearsed.
Right. You know, because Van, tell them how this show came about, please.
Well, when I turned 60 years old, I said that my life would never be the same. And at 60, I realized that I had a voice. Well, people will say to you, you always have had a voice. No, you don't. You don't have the voice that you really, really, really need to have. I met Makakuvu and it just has exploded from there. I truly have had opportunities to speak to people in spaces and places that I never would have thought that I would be. And we've had a doctor from India that came on and she said she realized that she had a voice. So people from all over the world, you know, are like wanting to have something to say, but are they being allowed to say what it is that they would like to? So this space, you know, it grows. We get to talk to other people about it because they're like, what? I'm like, you have a voice, but your voice is stuck here. So this show allows you to get it out. And we're just excited about that.
That's awesome. Awesome. And we've needed something like this for a long time because we do have a lot to say as a people. And everything is not gibberish. Everything is, you know, some things are for the other person, you know. And I just think it's real important, you know, that you all have created an audience to really hear things from the heart, you know, and maybe, like you said, there's some nuggets. Well, if that's all it was meant for you to hear, then let's thank God that you got that, you know.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
And that's great.
Yes. So, you know, we don't every week, we have our guests on our flyers, but everybody is a guest here. Everybody is free to speak to what it is that they would like to speak to. And so this is what we do. This is what we do.
Very good. Yeah.
Yes.
Our other guests have come into the room. Chris Waller, and I don't see Chief yet, Chris. Unmute yourself, Chris.
I'm not sure if Chief is coming through. He might be coming through next week.
Okay.
It was a little short notice for him, but you know, we got Brother Kwame on here, and we got myself. I actually can't stay on too long because I have to go to a funeral today. One of my elders has made the transition, so you know, I got to bounce in about half an hour.
Mm-hmm. So, well, welcome today. Welcome today.
Well,
so,
condolences.
Let me say this before we proceed. Condolences to the family, and may the deceased walk amongst the ancestors and be well received by the angels. Doing the chair.
Amen.
Yeah,
yes. Yes.
Yeah, so, you know, am I up?
You're up, Chris.
Well, you know, okay, well, it's wonderful to be here. I salute everybody on the call. Salute to sister that was just speaking, you know, and, you know, she's absolutely right about everything she said about this system. You know, basically, my name is Chris, my government name, Chris Waller, but everybody calls me Chris Black America. You know, my perspective and my intention for being on this planet is to bring together our people into some type of a solution for all of the dilemmas that we're facing. In reference to what the sister said and everything that everybody says and is going to say, the real deal is this: we are at war. This is something that we can all acknowledge. If you are a melanated person who has any type of sense whatsoever, you will understand that we are at war. We've been at war. Sometimes the only ones that don't know that we're at war is us, and that's very unfortunate. But then there are those of us like ourselves who acknowledge this, and our goal is to inform the rest of us. My part in all of this is as an organizer. I'm learning to be an organizer, but also as a recruiter for different Pan-African organizations. And the reason that I've chosen that path is because traveling around the world for the past 3 decades or whatever, you know, I've come to the conclusion that America is not the end all and be all. The European paradigm is not the world. Of all of the people on the earth, the Europeans are the least amount of people, yet all conversations that almost take place between all people involve them. And one of the issues is that we are constantly involving our enemy in our conversations, and we are constantly coming from the perspective of our enemy. Even when we're speaking on our own behalf, we do not understand that this is the condition that we're in. We have been psycho-spiritually conditioned to think through the thought processes of our enemy. Phil Valentine, if anybody knows who he is, a long time ago had a saying, something that he said that stuck with me since the first time I heard it. Are you thinking your thoughts, or are your thoughts thinking you? We have to understand that our brain is a receiver.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
You know what I'm saying? He's a receiver. Our brain is a receiver, and that receiver picks up signals. So what the enemy has done, he has programmed the airwaves, the ones that you can feel, see, and hear, and the ones that you cannot. And he has put his own programming into these airwaves, and it's being sent out throughout the consciousness of the dimension that we live in. We have to learn how to remove ourselves and how to regain control of our own thoughts. It's kind of like if you get a cut and you keep picking at the cut will never heal. It will become infected and it'll only get worse. So at some point in time, you have to stop touching it and allow it to go through its natural healing process. The only way that we as a people, in my opinion, can go through this process if we remove ourselves from our enemy. We disengage with their understanding, their consciousness, what they deem important. And these are the things that have been embedded in us since birth. So no, it's not easy. It's not an easy task. It's not going to be an easy thing, but it's an exercise like all other exercises. If you want to get your arms bigger, you got to do arm exercises. That's going to build those muscles, and you have to do them consistently and constantly until you gain the result. So Pan-Africanism is the way to do that, because that means that you will regain your understanding of the fact that you are a group of people unto yourself. Whether you call yourself Moors or Muslims or Christians or Africans or Black, whatever you want to call yourself, it does not matter, because all of these words are words that are not in our indigenous conscious languages. So us arguing over these things is absolutely ridiculous. this is one of the webs that he has us caught in. So understanding that we have a connection, those of us who do not understand that obviously have not traveled the world to come to this understanding, and this is no disrespect to them, but it's just the opportunity to engage, to prove what you're saying to be correct or incorrect. Now, anyone who hasn't gone for themselves to do this proof is uninformed. You may be knowledgeable about the rhetoric that has been proposed to you, but you have no actual proof of your own that you are this thing that you say you are, until you have done what they taught us how to do in math. You come with your scrap paper and you do all of the equations until you come to the ones that cannot be disputed, the lowest common denominator. The lowest common denominator, that if we are a group of people different from the Chinese, the Europeans, the Indian people, they're a different group of people than we are. We are a group of people. We don't have to all speak the same language, have the same religion. It's not necessary. But we do have to have the understanding that when I see you and you see me, when I first started traveling around the world, I could be in India, I could be in Thailand, I could be in Italy, Spain, France, wherever I was, Canada. When I saw another Black person 100 yards away, I didn't know where they came from. I did not know if they was Nigerians, Senegalese, from New York, from Philly, from Albania. I did not know where they were from, but automatically we acknowledged each other with that head nod thing that we do. The what's up?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yo, like, you know, you give them like, yo, salute or something, because you understood your spirit. Your consciousness understood that that person is resonating on the same frequency as you metaphysically. So, you know, with this being said, you know, Pan-Africanism is my way of bringing us together. I'm a part of an organization called the Pan-African Federalist Movement. I'm a part of an organization called the Black Star Action Network International, and several other organizations as well. So I'm here to invite everyone to become aware of these organizations, which are doing all of this work to bring us together, to become participants in all of these platforms that have been created by those that understand, to bring us together, to give us access to the resources, access to our freedom and our liberation. So, addressing what has been said so far, not only in this forum and on every forum almost, is that, you know, we are trying to find freedom. Freedom is already afforded to us. We already have freedom. The problem is that we're not choosing the freedom. What we're choosing is the captivity, the comfort in the captivity. The crumbs from the master's table is a very comfortable thing, because if you sit under the table long enough, like a little dog, some crumbs are going to fall. You know you're going to get some crumbs. The better of a position you have under the table, the easier it is, and the more crumbs you'll get. And then you feel like, well, I got crumbs. I got a $1 million house. I got 3 cars. So now you're super duper comfortable in the master's house. But when the master wants to come along and put his foot in your butt and take it from you, he does it. And then you cry and complain, suck your thumb, bite your nails, march with signs, Black Lives Matter. You do all of these things, and it happens over and over and over and over again. I hear people talking about streams of income and financial security, but I'm sure those people who are in all of those cities that we had burned to the ground and bombed by white people, or by the Caucasian, European, whatever we want to call them, we've done that already many, many times over, and it's always been destroyed. We have massive amounts of billionaires and millionaires right here in the United States of America, yet we still have no institutes of education on a grand scale created, owned, and operated by us, for us, with our own curriculum. There's 0 of them. You know, I'm not talking about little schoolhouses. I'm talking about universities and you know, boarding schools and, you know, real institutes where you can go and program your future. They don't exist no matter how much money we have here. Why? Because we do not own this real estate. So people say, but we're indigenous. So what? You know, there's a whole bunch of people that was indigenous here. They got their butt kicked, and that now they're living on a reservation somewhere. So it doesn't matter whether you're indigenous here. The white boy won that battle. This is his. He owns it, and you're speaking his language and operating under his laws. So that being the case, there's nothing that you do here can make you free. You're not free until you leave here and go somewhere where you can have real sovereignty and real ownership. And if you do align yourself with the government looks like you. And even if it may be a corrupt government, you can genetically affect that government. You can go to Nigeria and marry the granddaughter of the Nigerian president, and one day your offspring become the president. Then you can implement your agenda. You can never do that here in America because they outnumber you, they outown you, and they outgun you. That's a fact. It cannot be disputed by anybody, anywhere, at any point in time. So that being the case, there's only one logical answer, and that is to align yourself with the masses of your group. The masses of your group live on a place that is now in the English language called Africa. Those so-called Africans are 1.5 billion deep, under the age of 35, which is, if you had a military, that's what you would have in your military. In other words, they got the most soldiers, the most land, the most resources, the most future, the most potential, more than we have here, no matter how much money we have. So we need those resources, which is why everybody else understands that those resources are mandatory for power, which is why the Chinese, the Europeans, the Indians, the Arabs are there now doing what we should be doing. This is a fact. It cannot be disputed by anybody at any point, at any time, in any place, in any way, in any language. So, my job is to bring us back there so that we can see for ourselves what the options are, what the opportunities are. And I'm aligned with several groups, as I stated, who are specializing in this task. One of the sisters in Ghana, her name is Sister Yah, and she has an organization called the Sankofa Repatriation Assistance Program. That organization is a part of another organization called the Exodus Alliance, which I am a part of through the Black Star Action Network International, which was created by a brother named Chief Fode Ajamu Mansoure. And it is under the umbrella of the UNIA ACL. That brother is now, if I'm not mistaken, the head coordinator of all of the continent of Africa for the UNIA, or West Africa, if I'm not mistaken. I joined this organization about 2 years ago because I've been living in the wintertime in Sierra Leone. This will be my 7th year. And the brother, he repatriated 9 years ago to Sierra Leone. He was made a chief of the Gullah Geechee people there in Africa. He is the head of the Gullahs in Africa, as well as a Mandingo chief there in Sierra Leone, because his lineage and heritage is that.
Chris, let me interject a point here.
Yes, sir.
And it evolves around what Mrs. Prince said as well. And what you're talking about, and what is at the foundation of this discussion and all of our programs, is healing.
Yes, sir.
And healing is in 4 dimensions: spiritual, psychological, emotional, and physical. And it has been proven that when our people heal, the world heals. It's been proven. The world heals. When our people embrace the healing of self, it aligns itself with the construct of the universe, and it benefits all humanity. There is no I in the healing of humanity. It is us in the healing of humanity. Because as funny as it might sound, the European needs healing more than us. More than us. Why? Because the disease was brought to us by them. What do I mean by that? The disease that has rocked the planet, that has brought about the warming of the planet, and the destruction of the planet, the destruction of the earth, the destruction of the species, the destruction through genocide was brought to us. So when our people heal, that tidal wave of healing, this tsunami of healing encompasses all of humankind. And that is the essence of healing, because I cannot heal if my brother is not healed. My sister cannot heal if her mother is not healed. And as Qarlah said, those who violated her need to be healed as well.
Yes.
So if the violator needs to be healed, then that means the Europeans need to be healed. Because like it is not, when they talk about Set, or they talk about Cain and Abel, and Cain killed Abel, or Sar was killed by his brother Set. Set is the root word of Satan, but Satan is our brother too.
All right.
Can I you know, deep what you just said, Baba, and I'm going to say that one, I salute you on that statement that you just made. That is actual fact. And to be honest with you, what got me in really committed, one, you know, I've been personally accosted by police many times since I was a child. I've been in handcuffs. I can't even count the amount of times, falsely arrested. We can keep on going. We all, as Black people, especially as Black men, we know this plight. And what really brought me to to know that I had to do this work was when I was a younger man, when I was a child even, I saw the deterioration happening in the planet. And I understood from that time that it was the white man had to be the devil. One, I got knowledge itself. When I was 13 years old, I became a 5%er. I was raised as a Muslim, so I always had some semblance of knowledge of self. But when I became 13 and I got the lessons, then that gave me even more insight. But I understood it just through watching the news, that there was a hole in the ozone layer. There was oil being spilled in the water, and it was always the white man. So I understood that this war that we're at, it has something to do with race. But at the end of the day, what it really has something to do is that we are the guardians of this planet. Amen. That being the case, the white man has run amok on the planet, and he don't give a shit, excuse my language, what he does. He will poison the air, poison the water, poison the food, slaughter off species of animals, species of human beings, species of plant life, blow up bombs under the water, put billions of tons of debris in outer space, shoot bombs and rockets at the sun. As we sit and watch him do it, being the majority of human beings on the planet, being the oldest group of people on the planet, that's like watching your kids bust holes in the walls in your house, and you just sit there talking about, well, y'all need to stop that. You got to be out your mind.
Okay.
And there's a saying that I learned. There's an African proverb saying that nothing can go on in the community that the men do not allow. That means that it's our job as men, producer, provider, protector, to make sure that this does not go on. Obviously, we are not doing our job. One, we're not doing our job overall with the planet. And we're definitely not doing our job with our own people as far as our children and our women is concerned. We are not doing our job, which is producer, provider, protector, and regulator. We're not regulating the music that's being played. We're allowing things to go on that you got to be out your mind if you don't know this is wrong. Little Nas X should not exist. You know what I'm saying? But we allow it, and then we go, oh, well, there's nothing we could do about it. Of course, there's something we can do about it. We just don't want to do it.
We just don't want to get our hands.
Let me
do our job.
Let me bring a voice into the conversation, because this individual is part of the Universal Zulu Nation. He's Zulu fiction from Uganda, the People's Republic in Eastern Europe. And everything that we're speaking about is happening to them by the Europeans as well. Frickson, give us some background on what's happening in Lugansk People's Republic, and the oppression, the same oppression that we're talking about, is being carried out against your people, and you are deeply involved with the Universal Zulu Nation. Give us a few minutes of that, please, Fritzen. You still there? We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Check your mic.
Mike.
So guys, get some feedback.
You're getting some feedback. We can't hear you. Can you hear us? We're not hearing you. Check your mic. Let me see. All right, we'll come back to you, Fritzen. Fix your audio.
Yeah. So you know, like I said, Baba, I can't stay on very long. So like I was doing, I was really would love to invite everybody who is of the Pan-African mindset, or at least wants to, and you know, this is no disrespect to anybody, but at the end of the day, it's my job to take care of my children in my place. Absolutely. Now, I got neighbors, and I do not change their, you know, their babies' diapers or determine whether their children are going to eat dinner at 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock. That's not my job to do that. It's my job to take care of my house. And so, you know, I respect everybody on the planet. You know, like I said, I've traveled to almost every continent, but at the end of the day, it's my job to do what I know I'm supposed to do. And if those people who are of a different ilk are really, really concerned, then they would be more active, and it would be obvious. And I'm not saying that they're not concerned, but only psychological concern is one thing, but physical concern, physical application of this concern, like when we have, there's a lot of Europeans here in America who say that they side with us and they sympathize with us, but I don't see nobody giving up no land that they stole. I don't see them ever taking their trust that they got from their great grannies and great grandpappies, you know, for the enslavement and the abuse of our people, and say, you know what, I'm gonna give this back to you. I know I don't deserve it. We stole it. Here, it's yours. If somebody stole my bike and I see, and they gave it to their cousin, and their cousin's supposed to be my friend, and their friend, they're gonna ride my bike to my house and be like, hey, what's up? You want to come outside and ride my bike? We got to acknowledge this, and we have to hold these people who say that they're sympathetic and our friends accountable. I don't have no friends. You know what I mean? I got brothers and sisters, and that's it. I have acquaintances that I engage with for productivity purposes, but at this point in time, you know, we have to close ranks in order to, like I said about the cut in the wound, we have to close ranks and disengage at some point when it's not necessary with this is just my opinion, with other groups of people who are not in alignment with what our goal is, which is to make Africa into the nucleus and superpower for us. We don't need everybody included in that, because there's a group of people who own this place in China. The Chinese people own it. In India, the Indian people own it. And in Africa, everybody got their hands in it. And we barely got a pinky toe in there. So we really, really need to get focused and focus on what our task is, because this is something that we can really do. But the problem is, and the Europeans know it, and everybody knows it, it's like we've been sleeping for too long. And we are not really ready to be fully engaged and active. Fully engaged and active means this. When the European was doing what he was doing in this country and he wanted to build a railroad, he didn't put a couple of his dollars in. He put everything he had in. All of his time was spent conquering the United States of America and building whatever he built here. All of his time, all of his resources, every fingernail was broken digging through those mountains to run those trains through that stone. You know, he got submarines, rocket ships, aircrafts. He put all of his time and energy into all of his resources. We want to chip in a couple of bucks, and then we want somebody to get back to us after the task has been expedited. That's not being serious. Serious is liquidate.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we got you now.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
to be serious.
glad to hear you.
to be serious is to liquidate everything and get all the way in. If somebody was trying to kill you, you wouldn't just be fighting with one hand. You would use your hands, your feet, your teeth, everything you got. And we're being annihilated. And they're annihilating us in a way that is not even physically just destroying us. They're destroying us into the future. And this is no disrespect to anybody, but the injection of the idea that homosexuality is the greatest thing that ever touched humanity is a disease that he's injecting into us that's shutting down our productivity. The idea that a 5 or 6 or 12-year-old should be able to decide whether they want to get injected with a vaccine or get birth control or get a sex change operation is absolutely insane. And he's promoting this to us and our children, and we're laying down and accepting it as if, well, I can't do nothing about it. When, of course, you can do something about it. Make your own school. Not some of us, all of us. And we say, well, it costs money. So what? Nikes cost money. Yeezys cost money. Instead of buying Yeezys and Nikes, and build a school. So, not to be zealous or, overbearing or anything, but I'm just very, very passionate and adamant about what I'm saying, because at 57, I've been through many different chambers and paradigms. I've lived with Caucasians. I've traveled around the world. I've done all kinds of stuff, legal and illegal. I'm the crash test dummy. I've been through it all. So with that being said, all those who are interested, I'm inviting you to come into the battle with us. The Black Star Action Network International. You can Google it and join us. I believe my brother Chief O'Day is going to come on next week and give more insight and information on this. I can't stay on much longer. And the Pan-African Federalist Movement is an organization that is designed to bring into effect an African Congress, which will implement the United African States by supposedly the year 2030. It may take longer than that, but this is the goal. This is the task. We are planetarily engaged in this operation, and we need all hands on deck. So with that being said, I want to say salute to everybody. Thank you for having me on your show. If anybody wants to ask me any questions or anything, I got another 10 minutes, and that's me.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you, beautiful.
Yes. Wakakuvu.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
we can hear you now, Fritz.
Oh, good. My phone don't want to speak with you, so I check the mic. Great install in this room. Thank you very much that invite me. Makakuvu Aliobei. Hello, especially for you. Yeah, I have my opinion about all this, and I have for you story from my life. I'm living in Lugansk. It was the part of Ukraine country. Now we call our land Lugansk People's Republic because Ukrainian government trying in 2014 killing our Russian speak language people who speak in Russian need be in prison or need be killed by Nazi Ukrainian government. They have radical soldiers that have money from powerful businessmen that use money for control the part of the government of Ukraine. And some of United States government leaders pay money for Ukrainian government and send their weapons to Ukraine, and Ukrainian government use these American weapons against me and my family. And today we still living in war zone. We still have bombs shooting. 122 millimeters hard gunnery they drop on us. They destroy our homes. our houses. And this is the big problem now. But before we have conflict, before 2014, it was good. We were citizens of Ukraine. I have passport of Ukraine. And I have many good friends from Africa too. They were students in medical university in Lugansk city. They all came to Lugansk, have education, medical education. I have friend from Sierra Leone, his name Dominic. His father sold a drugstore to give him money to visit our city and pay for education for his son Dominic wish be the doctor, but he need education in Sierra Leone. He can't get this education, so he visit us in Ukraine, in Lugansk. He studied in Lugansk about 3 years. I meet him in supermarket. I was a man who working in security in supermarket. So once upon a time he came to supermarket and he don't know the language. He don't speak Russian, he don't speak Ukraine, but he speak English language. And I was one man who speak in supermarket in English. So I just in the time, I was already the member of Universal Zulu Nation. So I start interested from where came this man. I say to him, hello, and we start speak with each other. So we start the good friends. And, you know, I was shocked one day because he came to supermarket. He always came to us often and often to speak with me. And once upon a time, he stand in supermarket. I was on work, and he take my hand and start talk the prayer. It was Christian's prayer. He give me this prayer on the paper. It was some Christian's strokes of prayer from the Bible. We start speak with him, and once upon a time, he bring me to their community where they in Lugansk have meetings and have some Christians meetings. When we came to this meeting, I came with my wife and with him. Everybody in this room was a black people. Man, woman, child, all was black, and only I and my wife was Russian white people. We was like strangers, like aliens in this room. You understand me? Yeah. Everybody in this room looking on us. So what these two Russians doing in this room? So Dominic came and said, "This is my friend. This is." Frickson, this is his wife. So we start be on their meeting. I never see same part of religious Christians movement, because we also Christians, Orthodox Christians, but we have some different traditions. They have musical concerts, they praise and they sing, make music, dance. It was something that I don't see in our traditions. So it was positive, nobody make us hard. So then we go home, and once upon a time we meet with him on the street. He asked me help him because he don't know the language. He need the help in some office with documents, with his visa. We walking in streets, and one white man hears that we talking in Russian. he was from Texas. The tourist from Texas, he came to us and said, "Yo, guys, I really glad to see you both in this city, because nobody can't help me, because nobody don't know the language, the English. Can you buy me the battery?" We said, "Of course, yeah, we can buy you the battery." We buy him the battery. So no matter what color we was friends and speak with others, we help each other. Next day, I was in supermarket in my job. The other black man went to our supermarket. We already should be closed because it was time, end of work. We need to go to rest and close the supermarket. But this black man, he was a student from medical university. He came to supermarket. He was drunk, and he is start be aggressive against us. When I said to him that we need close the supermarket, he not listened to me, and he spat at me. Why? What we have? We have ignorance man from Africa. So it's not matter who you are, black man from Africa, from Russia. If you are ignorance, you ignorance man. If you have animal nature, you have animal nature. If you have human nature, you have human nature. This is example from the people, no matter what color of your race. We have all red blood. This is main point. And as a black man, visit our supermarket. I have many visitors in supermarket. Many people came from me. I stay 15 hours in my work in supermarket. Another black man, students too. He was a son of king, like he said. I am a son of king from Africa. You everybody need speak with me. He look like he is important man, but he is young man, and I'm more older than him, and he need respect more older man. But he came to supermarket and start doing bad things. He said, that I need the translator. That girl who package his goods, he not respect she. He doing like he is son of king and she is his slave. That's how he show his face. He was a guest. I don't care who is he, son of king of Africa or Russia or China. He is a guest in my land. So that's the example of other ignorance of man, no matter what color of you. If you have animal nature, you are animal. If you're human, you're human. That's my point. Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. And one moment. When I help Dominic, my white people, friends from supermarket, tell me, why you speak with this black man? I said, he's my friend. Wow, they was wonder that I have black man from Africa and he is my friend. So different people, different minds. Or we are there good people, or we are there bad people. It's our problem. If I feel with you good, that's we must be friends or good people. If we not feel with each other good, so we can speak and have the dialogue. If we both today, Russians and Ukraine, we was back in the days living in in one territory, but today our Ukrainian brothers try and kill us only because the government said them. only because the government sends them. I today meet the brothers that I not see many years. And I said, so how you doing? He said, yeah, I'm okay. I said, and where your brother? He said, he is now in Ukraine and we not speak. It's political. Political. They not speak only about politics, but they both from one father and one mother. That's the problem between people. We can't make the dialogue. We don't have dialogue. We start be aggressive, start boxing, or try who is the most good fighter, but don't want to speak.
Right on. I'd like to have Chaplain James from Lagos, Nigeria, give us some information. And I want to try to get a couple more people before Ahmad has to go teach a class as well. Chaplain James, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you.
Give us your voice from Lagos, Nigeria, my brother.
Okay. Thank you so much. I've been listening to my brothers since. So firstly, I want to appreciate them for contributing to this audio voice. And I know they are really adding their voices with enthusiasm, with zeal, and with the courage in them concerning their Africa and humanity at large. So thank you so much for coming. Then from Lagos, Nigeria, I want to say this much, that when it comes to humanitarianism, it is not just a duty of one person, one country. It is duty to everyone. Like a call I received today from the Ambassador Makakuvu, I think somebody was trying to reach him, trying to solicit for something or begging, I don't know. But when he got in touch with me to find out about the matter, I went to the matter to check on the person to really know who the person is. So though we are still on it, we're trying to figure out that whatsoever such a person has said, we are yet to find out the truth of the matter, because it's just a technique matter that we look into. Number one, a lady of 14 years old called that the parents are so sick, they have no money to eat, to feed. And by the time I called on a video call to check on the person to really know what is it talking about, it was after 12 noon here, when I expect the young lady to be in school. And somebody was responding to my text messages. And I told the person that I'm from Ambassador Makakuvu, just for me to really know if I'm chatting with the real person. She later told me yes. Then I said, put on your video, let me see your face. Immediately, she off the phone. So I know there was a foul play. And this is what is just going on in the world, even especially in Nigeria. People are looking for opportunities. People are looking for what to do. People are looking for what to steal. People are looking for who to rob, because it starts from government. When government start robbing the people of our rights, our entitlement, when will it not get to individuals? So everyone is finding a way for survival, because the economy, the situation is getting worse every day. I just saw a video, was this day before yesterday, some people there in the United States of America with Nigeria polo, Nigerian face cap with Nigerian logo, Apollo with Nigerian logo, and with different kind of prescriptions that Nigeria is in peace, Nigeria is in oneness. Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. I shared the video anyway. And when some Nigerians over there saw this, they went there to meet them where they were giving them money. They were giving them money, giving them clothes to campaign for peace in Nigeria when there was no peace here. The situation is unbearable. We are here in Nigeria suffering from all this political madness. We are here suffering from what the government is doing to us. And they were there over there giving people money, giving them clothes, Nigerian flag, Nigeria uniform, Nigeria logo, Nigeria t-shirt, cap, everything to say that Nigeria needs oneness. Nigeria is peaceful. Nigeria is in order. There's no problem in Nigeria. So when those Nigerians saw this, they have to raise an alarm, call other Nigerians over there, start shouting on them, start laying calls on them, because the situation we are, anything can happen to anybody anytime. Anyone can misbehave. Because when there's hunger, when there's no food, what do you expect them to do? Why won't they look for what to do? There are boys here in Nigeria, they call them Yahoo boys. Who are they? They are the ones that the frauders on internet. Today, I have received about 2 or 3 calls just today that somebody borrowed money from them, from a bank, and ran away. I was not asking, then why do you call me? He said the person dropped my number as office number. Office number? I don't have such a person in my office. That name is strange to me. Last week, I received a message like that too, like that. So there are a lot of things going on. And people are doing this for survival because something is wrong somewhere. From our political leaders, from our government officials, when they are not doing it right, giving what the rights of the people to them. When we talk about education, it is zero here in Nigeria, zero from the government. The private sector are doing better. But when it comes to government, it is zero. And all the things that has to be done, empowerment programs, also it is zero. Now if you get to the streets, you see so many children. There's nothing done to them. The gender-based violence, molestation, domestic violence is everywhere. So where have we got it wrong? How can we stop this problem? And I think that is why we have this platform, this program, Add Your Voice. Once we start speaking it out, saying something, I know it will get somewhere. People will begin to hear about it. People will begin to see the madness of the government and our political leaders. I've not touched the religious aspect today. It is all sectors that we are experiencing this. I'm out here today from Nigeria. My name is Ambassador Dr. James Mercy of Babatunde. I am the Chief Executive Officer for World Humanitarian Organization for Peace and Equity. And this is part of why we are together to add our voices. Ambassador Makakuvu coming today to look into that matter. Quickly, I swing into action. And immediately I realized that fraud is coming somewhere. Lies upon lies. And I will not blame them because of the government we find ourselves. I was coming from somewhere today. I got to a place, I saw so many people. What are you doing here? They told me that they had an information that they should all drop their account numbers, that Mr. President of Nigeria wants to give them money. I laughed because it's not the 4th time people has been deceived that way. I just asked a question. If your government or your Mr. President has to give you money, really he needs him to be telling you to drop your account numbers? Are they not BVNs that we have entered for them to see? Are they not named national identity numbers that you can easily press and they get your numbers? If we have got it right, we don't need people, crowd, tapping upon each other, one another over there, because they want to drop their names, that the Mr. President want to give them something, because tomorrow, October 1st, is the Nigerian independence. We are counting now 61, and yet we are still crawling. So there is something wrong somewhere. So we need to talk to the government. We need to talk to our political leaders, not to politicize this country and not to politicize humanity. Humanity is one. Humanity is above religion. Humanity is above what is called politics. Humanity is above government. If we look into this, that humanity is what we must put into center table, then everything we want to do must run that humanity. Their comfort, what is going to bring joy to humanity, what is going to be a blessing, what is going to prosper the economy, this and that. Then we begin to reason in the way things should be done rightly. But it has never been like that. So I know if I begin to talk, I will still be talking. I would just want to limit it there for now. And I'm just adding my voice to the voices of other prominent personalities on this platform, other great ambassadors, doctors, humanitarians, pastors, peace ambassadors that has been talking since. I so much appreciate everyone. So this is our country, Nigeria. This is our continent, Africa. And this is our world where we are. We must protect it. We must project our voice that people hear us. One day, it will get to a right place that someone will rise and say, what are we going to do about this? Then we believe solution will come. So we don't need to keep quiet. We keep on saying it until solution comes. So thank you from Nigeria once again. Thank you, Ambassador Makakufu and Ambassador.
Amen. Chaplain James, amen.
I'm with you.
Well, folks, we have some people on the production here. Anaconda, Mushaba, open your mic and just give us a brief message from you, my brother. Can you hear me, Anaconda? And others of you, open your mic. We're going to be closing out soon. Ahmad has a class to teach. Ahmad, why don't you bring up the Guerrero de Luz video? We have some new people that have never seen it. Qarlah Prince, you'll really appreciate this. Ahmad, bring up Guerrero de Luz, please. I couldn't email the other video from Lou Goss's house. It wouldn't email.
Okay.
But bring up Guerrero de Luz. And I sent you some pictures from Lou Goss's house as well. And I gotta congratulate Qarlah Prince because we had 21 people on the production today. So a lot of people came in because of you. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And there were other people that came in because of Chris Waller, and I thank them as well.
Yes.
And this video you're going to see is the project in Brazil, Warriors of Light. I want to thank Joy Allen, the Karmic Dynasty, because she syndicates our production with her audience as well. And always, Sabdet Ma'at Van Miller. She's the impetus for this production. I found my voice.
Yes.
You got it, Ahmad?
Oh, it's not sharing? Yeah, hold on.
That's our production a legacy builder production technology professor.
Yeah, I guess.
We love you though for it. Come on. We're manifesting over there to you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta get this new laptop. This old one has got some issues.
What if we took these kids and these kids and let them interact together? What if we did that with kids from all over the world? I think we can make the world a better place. Guerreros da Luz is an organization that wants to do exactly that. This organization, the idea for this organization started in 1998 when I was asked to represent the United States in a capoeira tournament in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. While I was there, I met a group of 6 kids who were homeless and living on the streets. Once they met me, they were stuck at my side, always asking questions and always happy. This really changed my life. Ever since then, I've dedicated my life to try and make this experience somebody else's experience as well. What we plan to do at Guerreros da Luz is take kids from New York, LA, Africa, Japan, all over the world, and bring them in small groups of kids to interact with other groups of kids. The headquarters is going to be on Morro de Sao Paulo, Brazil. Morro de Sao Paulo is a little island off the coast of Bahia. It's full of nature, not a whole lot of media influence. It's a great place for kids to be kids, interact with life and each other. This fundraiser is to raise money with your contributions to build the headquarters, the world headquarters on Morro de Sao Paulo. This past summer, we were donated a plot of land on the island that has already been cleared to build this cultural center. Now it's time to take the next step and actually start the building process. We have a team of people that are working with this. We have architects, we have engineers, we have teachers, and if you put all of our experience together working with kids, we have over 60 years of experience. This is a great project. It's a world unity project, and it's something that we can all get together and help and share and do our part to change the planet, to change the world, because the children are the future, and we need to do something to make sure that they have a future to take care of.
Wonderful. Excellent, excellent.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead. Who's that, Ms. Prince speaking?
No, that was Sharon.
Sharon?
Yes.
Welcome, 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 welcome.
That was a presentation. That was good.
Yes, it was.
Thank you, thank you. We're moving forward with it, so stay tuned, and we got good things coming.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
All right.
So Amar, are we ready to close out today?
Yes, we are.
All righty. Well, we thank each and every one that has come to the Van Miller Talk Show. I found my voice today and lent your voice to what it is that is going on. We know that this is not the end, that we have another place that we're going to be going, and we just continue to press our way on the journey that has been placed before us, and we continue to lend our voice. So until next Thursday, 12 noon, we will say have a blessed day and a great rest of the week. We'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
over to the theater this past Saturday.
The theater.
The theater on Marietta Square. I went to see the Cotton.
Okay.
Cotton Club. Yeah, it was really good.
Okay, did you see Raul?
No, I did not. I did not.
How long is the Cotton Club gonna be there?
This is the last weekend. This coming weekend is the last weekend.
Cotton Club. Okay.
Yeah, it was great. A great project.
I'm trying to get over there with the Cotton Club.
Yes. The dancing and the singing, it was, I mean, all actors from the Atlanta area.
Well, this has been another great production. The World Media Coalition, Jazz Lovers Television Network, weekly presentation of I Found My Voice. Peace and love, everybody. Assalamu alaikum.
I will see you next week.
See you next week.